All right. Okay, now it's recording. So now we have to all
Okay, now let's be serious.
All right, so welcome
Send me my E&E.
Team Fierce Ambition and Team Live Fearless. It's lovely to have you all on. My high CPU quality is affecting the meeting. Is it? I don't know why. Now I forget what I was going to talk about. Okay, a couple things. One, next Wednesday's call is at a completely different time, which we know because it's with the amazing Jeff Hill. I know it's kind of an awkward time. I'll probably be sitting my kids down for an afternoon viewing of Descendants. But it's with Jeff Hill. Like, how often do we get a call with just a small group of us with somebody like him? So it's pretty cool. So if you can be on the call live, please do what you can to be on the call live. Even if you're in your car and you have to pop your earbuds in, flip your video over so you're not getting distracted by looking down. But try and get on the call live if you can. I am going to be recording it. It should be pretty good because he is an excellent, excellent speaker. He really is. And he's going to be talking about fear. And I know Karen knows this quote. They asked, he asked what I wanted him to speak on. I said, when I saw him at New Leadership, he told the story, and he spoke about jumping and growing your wings on the way down. I said it was awesome. I said I'd love to hear, him speak on that. So hopefully it'll be fantastic. So that is next Wednesday at 4 o'clock. And then the following week, we have the amazing Christine DeSimus doing our team call. And that should be amazing too. So the next 2 weeks are going to be pretty good. What? Why are you staring at me funny? Did I say your name wrong? DeSimus, right? Are you saying no? DeSimus?
No, I was just trying to be funny.
Oh, okay. I'm like, no, it's DeSimus, right?
Pronouncing it right. I was trying to pretend like I didn't know I was speaking.
Oh.
No, that's right.
Yeah, I'm thinking I messed up.
Hey, Dana.
She says DeSimus. Yes.
How long is the Jeff Hill's call supposed to last?
You know what? I got to find that out. My guess would probably be 30 minutes, but you never know. He could be giving us a full hour. I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to message. I'm going through Alex Bunton, so I'm going to message her and see what we're expecting. If it's going to be, like 15 minutes with Q&A or a full half hour. I'm going to message her and ask her what we can expect on that. And I'll let you guys know.
Great, thank you.
The other thing is, I know Trisha has been very impressed with some posts recently and wanted to shout some people out. And I have to agree with her nominations.
I just have to say, Katie, I'm going to shout you out because you nailed it. You hit it all week, and you all agree. I know Fearless coaches have reached out to me. Last week we did a call on, social media, how this works, and Katie nailed it. She makes me want to stop and watch what she's doing. Her posts are incredible. My coaches have inboxed me telling me that they relate to her energy, her posts. So, guys, if you're not following Katie Ambrose, you should, because she has it. Well done, Katie. I want to follow you. I stopped. I don't know, it was 6:30 this morning, 7 o'clock this morning. I stopped on your videos. They were quick. They were easy. They were watchable. I loved it. Well done. Don't get choked up. This is you're real.
I was not lying when I told you that you made me cry today.
Let me tell you something. Sometimes you need to be there's a point that this is the real deal, and you need to be shown. Don't cry. I promise you, you're real, you're relatable, and what you're doing is incredible, and I appreciate you. Well done. And your upline, Michelle, is the same exact thing. The Irish, they do it well, I guess, and there must be some line, because Michelle, your posts this week, well done. They're on target with different, engaging, off-centered. It's great. So well done, girls. Well done.
Thank you.
Both great job. So keep doing what you're doing. I hope it's working. Well done.
I want to throw Marissa and Erica in that batch too, because I think both of them, since our Rising Diamonds calls, have completely jumped out of the box. I know Marissa's posts have been very touching. I feel like she's getting her point across and her words out there, where I know she was fearful that she wasn't doing that before. And Erica, we can see her face, and her posts have been great. This is the girl who was scared to post anything, and we would like get her knee in her photo. So good job, ladies. Anyone else, Trisha? Or should we move on?
Yeah, go.
Okay. So tonight we're going to be talking about, finishing these last 2 months strong. Interactive call. So we want to hear from you guys just as much as we want to not hear from ourselves. So, when you want to jump in. Otherwise, the lovely Trisha will be calling people out because she likes to do that so much. So I know on my team, you guys have seen I put that how to stay consistent during the holidays banner up in our group, which I got from Michelle Murphy, who picked that up at Pittsburgh, and I think it's awesome. And I think that is ideally how you're going to do well during this next 2 months. How many of you listened to Lindsay's call? If you haven't listened to Lindsay's call, make that a top priority this week.
I think I tried to, and it wouldn't load.
Yeah,
It doesn't load on the iPad for some reason.
Oh, no! That's my life.
I had issues too, girls.
Crap.
Yeah, it's got to be a laptop. It's crazy, but that's actually one of the reasons why I got a laptop. No joke.
Yeah.
The iPad doesn't really play it.
Stephanie, did you have success with Puffin or something and being able to listen to the calls?
People can. I can't because my work has a lock on my computer and my phone after a minute. But it does work. Puffin.
So it's Puffin. It's like a search engine, right? Or
I think it's in the App Store.
Apps. Okay, look up Puffin and see if that will work on your phone. Or I've never tried it. I just break out my laptop.
Mine does work for a minute, but then my stupid work locks everything in a minute. So if I don't touch it every minute, it locks. It drives me nuts. But it does work for that minute, so it should work for everybody else.
And does it work for recordings or the live call too? Do you know?
I never tried the live call, but the recordings again.
I never get on those live calls. I just listen to the recordings. So, so make that a priority this week to listen to that call. It's very good. I can't even say I've listened to the whole hour because I've only gotten about 40 minutes in. But I plan on listening to it again and listening to the rest. So she talks a lot about what you can do now to build your business in the first quarter next year, January, February, March. Because January, February, and March are the biggest months of this business. It's a huge boom. And what you do now is going to prepare you for those 3 months. What you do now is going to make you successful in those 3 months. If you can actually see your business double and triple between January and March. It's big. It's huge. It's important to grow your team during this time as well as that time, because you can see numbers go pretty crazy from especially towards the end of February. February and March are big months. So what you do now is setting you up for the first quarter of next year, and she talks a lot about that in the call. So what can you do November and December? November, everyone's, people are all over the place. They're worried about Thanksgiving. They're worried about going to their holiday parties. They're worried about shopping for Christmas. They're not really worried about working out. So you have to make sure that you are staying on top of things during the next 8 weeks and staying consistent. So you want to make sure you're holding your own challenge groups. And if you're not doing them on your own, pair up. Pair up with people and hold challenge groups and speak about them and invite people to them. Because if you're not holding challenge groups, you have nothing you don't really have anything to offer people other than a product. And if you're only advertising the product, that's not as exciting or as enticing as offering people the opportunity to do a group activity with you. Trisha, do you have any you want to add to that?
I think this time in the year, it's the most important time to be real. It's not the time to be perfect or a showcase. This is the real deal. Whatever you struggle with, someone else is struggling with. Whatever you want to do, someone else wants to do. Be you. Forget about what the picture perfect coach is supposed to look like this next 3 months or 2 months now. We're done. It's the real stuff you personally are dealing with. If you're snacking, if you're into comfort food, holidays, clothes, shopping, feasts, whatever it is, put it out there for real this couple months. Next month, next year you can fake it or faith it till you make it, whatever, but right now, this has to be you. If you're struggling, if you're succeeding, whatever it is, you need to put that out there right now. This is the real deal right now, because whether somebody is finding you now, they're watching you, they may not find you or commit to you until January. This time truly is when you really keep that person that wants to follow you, because it's the real deal right now. Whatever you're doing right now, real. Get kind of scary with your posts right now. Get kind of vulnerable, get real, get, what you're struggling with, have your theme. Last week I spoke about doing the holiday bucket list. I don't know if anybody has even attempted to write down some of their lists, but if you want to truly do your holiday bucket list, you have to start creating that now. And then being true to that come, the date we set in November. I hope everybody, if they weren't live on the call, maybe they'd listen to it. But start really working on that bucket list so that when we put it out there, it truly is genuine. And that's the fun stuff that people are going to follow you for.
I think the thing that Trisha said too is think about what you want and what you're into. So when you're inviting to groups now, think about the fact that people aren't going to want to give up going to parties, having drinks, indulging in a Thanksgiving feast. It was on Trisha's call from last week, Erica. We could talk about it. People aren't going to want to give that up. So when you're talking about these challenge groups that you're inviting them to, invite them to do something like the 21-day fix so that they know that they can work with you for 21 days, lose up to 10 pounds, be comfortable to see their family, to go to these holiday events, but still they're done with their 21-day fix. They can go, they can enjoy their holiday, and then they can come back and do something between after Thanksgiving and before the holiday festivities of Christmas or Hanukkah start up again. So when you're talking about products and challenge groups right now, make sure they know that they don't have to give everything up. They don't have to go cold turkey, that they can incorporate what we're doing into their normal life and into their holiday schedule. Make sense? Okay. So the next thing on here, because it spells out holiday, is to own your own business, or as I originally had it, own you own business. Don't blame anyone else for your success or your failures. So like I said earlier, everything you do within the next 8 weeks is going to be setting you up for success January, February, March. You are planting all of your seeds now. If you don't, and January, February, March comes up, you can't blame anyone but yourself. This is your business. Your coaching business isn't my business, or isn't Trudy's business, or isn't Trisha's business. It's not Maureen's business. It's not your upline coach's business. It's your business. You own it. So you have to take responsibility for what you do or what you don't do. And if you don't do anything because you're off taking vacations, enjoying your holiday festivities, or doing this or doing that, stuff that everybody else is doing, if you're not being consistent in between that stuff, don't expect the success to come in the first quarter of next year. This is the really important time to really stay consistent as possible. Are we all going to be a little off on certain days? Are we going to be traveling? Are we going to be eating? Yeah, of course. But you have to still hold yourself accountable and stay consistent, so that you're on people's mind, so that they see that you're serious about this, and it's something that you're committed to. One of the things that Lindsay brought up was how we all joke about how we walk into Lowe's or Walmart or Target in October and it's not even Thanksgiving and all the Christmas stuff is up already. And we're all like, this is ridiculous. Like, slow it down. Not even Thanksgiving. It's not even Halloween. Why is all the Christmas stuff up? But that's because they're planting their seeds. They're smart. They're planting their seeds. So when Halloween's over and you put the Halloween decorations away and you're thinking about all the stuff you want to get for Christmas and the Christmas decorations you want, you're going to be like, oh, I saw that at Lowe's, or I saw that at Home Depot, or wherever you saw it, and you're going to go there and you're going to get it. So they're smart. They're planting their seeds because their season is coming up with Christmas. Our season is right after the holidays. Ours is January and predominantly February and into March. That's our biggest season. So you need to start planning for that in the next 2 months. You're going to start seeing Jenny Craig, gyms, every weight loss opportunity, Slim Fast. You're going to start seeing commercials like crazy for that stuff. You're going to start getting mailers for every local gym in your area in your mailbox, because they know they need to start planting seeds now for the day after New Year's. So you have to think about that too. So while it might seem like you're doing something for nothing right now, you're not. You're doing it for January. You're doing it for February. You're doing it for March. So make sure you're doing it, even though it seems like a lost cause and that nobody wants to join a challenge in November because they want to eat turkey. Maybe, but January 1st, they're gonna be like, well, where do I go for this? And do you want them to call up Jenny Craig because they saw 100 Jenny Craig commercials, or do you want them to message you because they know that you've been doing this consistently? You want anyone? Does anyone
I'll make a comment on that.
Yes, thank you, Karen. So trying to make someone talk.
I did, and Trisha can attest to this. August was a big month for me, and I didn't do a lot of inviting because the summer the kids were home. I was in Nashville, whatever. But it was every single person that reached out to me was somebody that I had invited months ago. 3, 4, 5 months ago. So it really does work. It comes at the strangest times. It wasn't through people I invited. It was through stuff I did previously.
Right. You
So
planted those seeds.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it's the truth. And, she talks about how there's 2 different farmers and they're side by side and they have the same land and the same water and the same seeds, but somebody plants 200 seeds and the farmer next to him plants, 2,000 seeds. Who's going to have the bigger crop come time to plant? We all have the same stuff at our fingertips. I remember listening to a call where you have a circle and you have 4 quadrants. And in one quadrant, we have our products. In the other one, we have our back office. And, in the third one, we have our trainings. And the fourth one is you. So that 4th quadrant is the one that you have to look at. When stuff's not going right in your business, that's the one that you have to look at and you have to figure out, because the rest of the circle is the same as every other Beachbody coach. Does anyone here have any tips on how that's been a coach in holiday seasons prior that has some tips that they want to share on how they have stayed accountable during the holiday season? Because it's so easy even for us to get off base.
I joined. Michelle invited me to join Trudy's or Kim's. I don't even know whose group it is. Honestly, the Never Quit November, which is like your goal is to get 100 no's. So now I'm actually like it literally because it's a contest and I'm like, ooh, I want to win. And so it's day 4, so that average is like about 3 to 4 no's a day. Like I have 18 no's already.
Good for you.
And so like, and it totally it motivated me to not be afraid of inviting. So I mean, I got involved in a group that and I'm guessing you guys, most of you are probably involved too, but that was really a good thing for me because I don't have last year to prove to me that this work right now is going to work. Like
Right.
Michelle's been telling that to me, so it's nice to hear it again from you. And so at this point, I'm literally just trusting the process. The contest made it fun.
Well, good.
Yeah. So my team, we're running a group. It's called Never Quit November. So, and no being, sorry, check coach status. That's my alarm. So my team and I were running a group. It's a 30-day group for November. The challenge is to go for 100 no's. Some people are going for 200. Every day we're rating ourselves for our nutrition, we're rating ourselves on our workout, and we're rating ourselves about the business, giving ourselves a 1 through 5 at the end of the night. So you check in and you tell me, have you done your 3 vital behaviors? We're focusing on those behaviors. We've talked about Danielle Katz's or Natoni's National Wake Up Call and sticking with one program, not jumping from one program to the next, being the product of the product this month, and sticking with that program, and also just focusing on the 3 vitals as well. And each day in the morning, I'm posting a teeny tiny video, 3 to 5 minutes, about how to stay consistent in these months, in the tough months. So if anybody wants to join us, you're more than welcome to. We're just trying to build, I guess, accountability amongst the coaches, because it's easy for us to get in these challenge groups and just be a challenger, and forget to focus on Beachbody and the one product and being consistent with that too. So we're just trying to hold each other accountable, because November is notorious for being a difficult month, and we want to be consistent in our business so that we're not struggling for the rest of the year. And in turn, in January, we'll see that fruition. So
I love that. I love that you did a group. That's cool. The chart that they're talking about, I did post it in the Team Fierce Ambition page. I know I posted in my personally sponsored page, and did offer up a prize for the most no's at the end of the month. But I love that. I love that, Trudy. I like the added 1 through 5, clocking in the 3 vitals. That's awesome. I'd love to be added to that. Thank you. Okay, so let's see. Who was here last year? We had Maureen was here. Stephanie was here. Cindy, does anyone have any tips on how they held themselves accountable during the holiday season? Because I know I'm notorious for falling off.
I'm actually better during the holiday season than I ever am in spring or summer, which I think is so crazy because, like, you want to look good, right, in the spring and the summer, because that's when you're wearing the least amount of clothes, but that's when I make the most mistakes.
Maureen, do you think that's a cultural or traditional thing in your life because holidays are tough? Or
no, I do better during the holidays.
I agree. I do too. I'm asking because do you think possibly it's like how we live?
Oh,
like a cult. I do better during the holidays too. I don't know why.
I don't know how to answer that. That's a good question.
I think because I'm more focused on food and traditions. I don't know why, but I've always done better during the holidays than the summer and the spring when I'm.
The irony, though, is that those of you that know, like, the personal stuff that's gone on in my life, I'm actually dreading the holidays this year, and it's sad to say that out loud. Sorry, I'm not too much. But I'm actually dreading the holidays this year. I almost feel like it's reminding me of how it was when my mom died. Can you hear me okay?
You're muffled a little bit.
I almost feel like it's like when my mom died, and it was like that big loss. And like it was a sad time. Like the holidays were a super sad time. So I feel almost that same way kind of going into the holidays. And so maybe that's why. Like I work harder to avoid feeling down and depressed, which is weird because I'm an emotional eater. And so generally if I'm down, I'm wanting to eat more, but I'm not sure. I just know for myself that I always do so much better. I'm in the best shape of my life always in winter. And then once the summer comes, it's like free for all central.
See, I start on October 31st with my sugar, and then I can't break that habit for, usually.
I lost my mind during Halloween, and I used that term. I was eating candy like a drug addict was getting hits off of something. It was horrible. And I'm very happy to say that over the course of the last couple of days, I've been so good. It's hard, but I've been so good. I feel like it's almost like that kick-in of the holidays are coming, and I know the food that's going to be around, and I know the sweets that are going to be around, and I know the stuff that's going to be around, and if I don't get it together now, I'm going to be a beach whale. 1, and 2, I want to have another baby, so I want to have a healthy pregnancy. So even more motivation, but I don't know. I just feel like I work harder in the winter.
Well, when you get pregnant, you can join my Fit and Healthy Pregnancy Challenge. Which is actually
I have a baby before I'm pregnant, right?
not if Trisha keeps sending more. Oh my God! I have such pregnancy brain. Do not tell me your husband's name.
Who's mine?
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Keep drinking.
What?
Keep drinking.
Oh, it's my pregnancy brain. Oh my gosh.
Really? Really? Lamarca? You can't remember his name?
LaMarcus?
I'm not even telling you his name now. F that. I'm telling him you don't even know his name.
Oh my God.
As soon as I get home, I'm letting
He's going to be so
shall not
mad
be
at you.
named that you don't even remember his name.
I remember his name. Nick! And I didn't even have to look it up. I was starting to look it up. I have such bad pregnancy brain. I can't remember things from like 2 minutes ago. I swear half my steps on my Fitbit are me going up and down the stairs because I don't remember why I want to come back down and I have to go right back up. Not that I never did that pre-pregnancy, but I do it at least 3 times as much now. It's awful.
Listen, send me the damn E&E, girl.
Tomorrow, it's on my list of things to do. I have an OB appointment. I have to do something else.
Did you all see that the Boost is on sale?
Yes, 25% off if you buy them in the packets.
Yeah, so
A bundle.
I don't know.
Are 25% off if you bundle them.
Oh.
That might be a good incentive, coaches, to have for your teams. I mean, that's not a bad deal.
I just bought it, and now I'm mad.
It went on sale? Or,
Yeah, I
It
just
comes
got
out
it today.
it comes out the same as if you were buying it as a coach.
oh, oh,
Because it's 25% off, and we get 25% off as coaches. So
oh,
still-
it's not in
Buy
addition?
with an additional 25% off?
no,
Oh, you tried.
no. So you're getting it 25% off for your customers.
Oh.
So they're getting it as a coach price.
Okay, now I'm happy.
You're not getting an extra 25% off. I went on and looked.
I wonder if they're not seeing the sales they thought they would with those two lines.
Obviously,
Maybe.
obviously.
This is the way I see it. I think it's great that they have these added supplements and things that we could like rely on, but I like to keep it simple. I don't like to offer people 100 million things like we're this, this complicated company. I like to keep it as simple as possible. Workout, Shakeology, challenge group. Like
I agree.
that's what I talk
100%.
about. I mean, maybe when I'm not pregnant and I'm using some of the stuff, I'll be able to talk about it more. But I don't like to complicate. Like people
No,
want
I agree.
simplicity, and I feel like some of these other companies have like 100 other products.
Yep.
It gets
Mhm.
kind of crazy.
I can't get down with the performance line.
No.
I
No,
can't.
but even with the boost though, like I feel awkward even bringing up the boost because Shakeology should have all that stuff in it. Like, well, why do I need extra greens?
Yeah.
What I thought this was supposed to help my
Mhm.
digestive system. Why do I need digestion?
I don't
agree.
bring.
So that's why
I agree, Marissa. I don't
I have
either.
a hard time with that one. I
I've
don't.
never brought it up. I've never
Except
brought
for
it up.
the focused energy. I
Focus Energy is awesome, guys.
I
bring that up.
I talk about it. I talk about it because I use it all the time.
I use it all the time.
Orders now because we fight over it.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah,
If you're using and you're talking about, then it's one thing. but
Yeah, if it's natural, then it's easy. But I think to push it all, it would be a lot.
I don't because I don't use it. And very rarely I've had a handful of customers ask me about other supplements. Then that's something you'd bring up. But that was in the past. It's nothing recently. But I mean, generally my busy moms, which is us, our busy moms, we don't have time for all this other. No, we want, that's the simplicity of a 30-minute program and Shakeology and running out the door. That's what it is for us. So I don't know. I'm wondering. I'm curious as to how that's all going for them. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't know. I gotta try the Focus Energy once I can, though.
I know that's the
Energize
only
is
one
like
I wanna
crack.
try.
Once you do it, it's the best thing in the universe. It
I've
is
never
the
tried it. I've
best
never
thing
tried it
ever.
yet.
What?
You have to try it.
I should try that and see how it interacts with my
It's awesome.
my hyperthyroidism because I have low energy. I get like 2:00 in the afternoon. I crash. I'm done, and I wonder if that would help that.
I have
Use it before I teach
hypothyroidism
Insanity. And
and
my
Hashimoto's.
I just want to clean toilets. Will it help me do that?
yes.
Yes,
You'll
it
be
will.
like,
Yes.
It'll give you the energy.
Did you not see my post about how I tried it for the first time and reorganized my entire living room? My little sister was like, I feel like you just promoted drugs. For real. Sorry, that's what I have.
3 servings a day, that might be your problem.
Well, I just want to.
I really want to try it now.
All right, now
Listen,
I'm going to
who's-
try it. This is brilliant.
Katie,
gotta try
Katie, try it.
Which is it? The focus.
Katie,
Focus
try
Energy?
it
I'm
because-
going to. I'll be posting about it. All
Listen.
over the place.
Energy boost. You'll.
I never have between 2 and 3 o'clock when I use Focus Energy. When I don't use Focus Energy, I have a horrific crash. Like I will fall
I was
asleep.
able to
with,
stay on for the diamond calls when the baby wasn't sleeping at all. It was like those few weeks where he wasn't sleeping and I first tried it and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm still awake. It's like I'm lasting through an entire hour and a half call. Oh, it's amazing.
Can you use E&E and then use the Focus Energy, or is that too
I
much?
haven't used the pre-workout yet.
yes, I have, and it doesn't make me feel like a wackadoo.
I was
I'm
wondering.
sorry. Listen, when you
Yes, I have. I'm not a crazy.
listen, you can laugh,
I'm on it now.
laugh all you want, but when you have
I think
this time of
the
year
feeling
is
if I
so
did that.
hard for people that have hypothyroid and Hashimoto's. It's like the worst.
I feel like a
This is so
basket case
bad.
90% of the time. Like
It's the
that's
worst
why my
time.
posts are all crazy because I feel crazy.
So I need crack to natural crack. Helps me
I'm starting with crack tomorrow.
start with your crack. I'm telling you,
We
you'll
gotta
love
be
it.
excited
It's
now,
natural
Maureen.
crack.
You gotta order crack.
I got mine to have
Make sure
tomorrow.
you order
so
two things of crack.
I ordered 2 tubs of it.
2 tubs.
2 tubs of crack.
Because your
Put it on
husband's gonna
HD.
steal it from you and he's gonna love it. And he's gonna call it brain
I
powder.
did order on HD. I got the shipping. I got to change that.
Mine's on. I have
Oh yeah.
I have my crack on HD.
So do I. Yes.
Girl,
I have it on Marks too.
this is what you have to post.
Listen, I just want you to know
True to form. Where?
I'm walking around Wegmans
Oh,
yelling
like,
about crack.
Oh.
Why aren't we promoting this? If
I've been talking about it. I'm
it's
obsessed.
3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I do all
That
the
was my
time.
Halloween. I did a post on Halloween about it. I was like, trick or treat. This is my candy with my focus energy because I have a daughter who's been up all night vomiting.
we need to somehow come up with a funny group idea of promoting this. If it's on sale number 1, if
You're
we're
right.
all,
You should do like an organization.
we're all yes, but if we're all feeling the same idea, let's focus on energy. And what the moms at 3 o'clock need to do, whether you're a new mom or a teenage mom, that's the hour that, you know what, we have to come up with something fun to do. I'm sorry, we need to come up with something, a crack group.
Crack Addicts Anonymous.
We have to be careful about the term that we choose to use.
Yeah, I know.
Because we could really
Get a whole
offend
new group of
somebody.
people.
All right, fine with the crack thing, we can't. But
Did
honestly,
you see Caleb?
Crack kills.
We can get people off drugs.
but if we're truly all feeling this, everyone else out there is
His hair
too.
today is so.
Where are you? Are you in Home Goods? Not Home Goods. Are you?
Wegman, she said, yelling
Wegmans.
about crack.
Do you hear? I'm in Wegmans
The
yelling
Wegmans.
about crack. People are
With
gonna be like,
purple
"Oh,
hair,
this
I
is-
would run the other way.
Talking to yourself in the
Talking
middle
to
of
myself.
I would
Awesome.
run. You're in New
But the
York.
best part is that I'm walking around with my iPad.
You guys
With us on your screen. Right now, go find someone. Right now. Double dog dare you to go find someone. Right now.
Oh, he ran away.
Right now.
That's what they want from.
walking around.
Right now.
Hold on.
Right now. Go.
Have we ever made it through a call? Like,
Oh, yeah, for the record, we got to ho. Ho.
oh, out of my holiday list.
Word ho.
Okay. See?
Right now. Go find someone.
And do what?
And do what? Invite him into the call. Ask him if he wants to be a coach. He wants to
Right
work with
now.
all these pretty ladies. There you go, do an invite.
Sweating, laughing so hard.
Why you have it so loud?
I'm scared. He's running away. They're running away. I'm like yelling in Wegmans, like mad woman with purple hair staring into an iPad.
I thought that from day one, Maureen. Day one.
Yeah, but she's got to get her steps in, right, Maureen?
I'm almost at 15,000, girl. You can't see me.
Oh man.
Holy crap, I probably have like
I'm charging my. Ooh, I don't. I think I just
86,000.
reached 10,000. No, I'm 3 shy. I'm gonna have to like go run around.
98.55.
The two
I'll be walking
Wegmans
around my
employees
basement.
were just talking about me with the earbuds and walking hysterical.
They're
Yeah,
like,
that's
"Oh,
me.
the cops. This girl's a
She's a wackadoo talking about crack and walking around with the iPad. Yep.
And now you're following people doing it. Not and shopping.
I love
Trying to
video
get
games.
somebody
Maureen,
to
they're all-
join the call.
They're all sitting in the office watching you on the cameras right now. Do you feel them all moving like?
Oh my God.
And she goes there every week to do this.
I do this every week. They're like, yeah, there's that girl with the black sweatshirt on with that Beachbody stuff. What's wrong with that girl?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
she's
hate to
talking
break it.
about
This
crack.
is the picture that I'm posting on Facebook tonight.
Let me see
Is
it.
the all of us laughing at Maureen shopping at Wegmans. That's the one.
Crying in my
That's the one.
Why do you think I keep looking around as I'm walking? Because I'm like, these people are probably like, what is wrong with this freaking woman? You know
They
what?
probably think you're like CIA, like special agent.
I like that.
Oh gosh.
I'm a special agent.
If you just start like, if you kind of squat a
I'm
little bit
special.
and like just start moving kind of like in jerky, they'll send the cops after you.
Listen, hold on. You have to hear this. Whenever I come with my kids, we're all on the lookout for sneaky Pete's. Does anybody watch Disney? If your kids sneaky Pete. Anyway, so I'll say to Sammy, because a lot of times him and I are alone, and I go, Sammy, let me know if Sneaky Pete's coming, okay? And so he'll go, there he is, Mama. And I go, and I jump around, and people are like, what's wrong with this woman? And I'm like, I'm looking for Sneaky Pete.
So when you're with your kids, you're jumping around in invisible things, and when you're by yourself, you're talking into your.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for a phone call to be like, yeah, everybody's talking about Craig and imaginary people that are following her. Whatever. Listen, I am me unapologetically. This is it, folks.
No kidding.
Take it or leave it.
No kidding.
We love it.
So I have a businessy thing.
All right, I'm going to shut it right now because I'm trying to find something.
We're gonna stop at Ho and start taking questions.
Can I do my little businessy thing?
Yes.
So you probably, I don't know, you guys may have brought this up in the past, but I found myself like, hey, I really want to write something down, but I didn't have a pen and paper. And so I found a really cool app. It's called Quick Voice. And it literally is kind of like it's an app that you can just record your thoughts on. And then you can name each thought. You can actually name it, and so I found that like, because I have pieces of papers all over my house with ideas.
What's it called? Quick Voice?
Quick Voice.
I'm getting it right this second.
Quick Voice, and it's free. It's a free app. My guess is there's probably like a limit on storage. I haven't obviously gotten to that point yet, but so it would just just transfer it to a notebook at some point. But
Sometimes I try to tell Siri to put something in my notes, and she like curses and says like, totally gets my note wrong. So this
I was gonna say you can say Siri, take a note too.
Oh, I don't know.
But she's definitely like come up with some pretty risque things that I did not say.
Can I tell you a quick Siri story that just happened the other day? So my kids like to play Google. They take our phones and they go to Siri and they like say like Google unicorns or Google this or Google that. But usually it's Lucia who speaks very clear. Well, the other day my mom, Lauren, and I are in a pizza place, and Lauren takes my mom's phone and does it, and she goes, Google horsies. And all of a sudden I see Google pussies coming across the screen, and I'm trying to grab the phone because I know she's gonna be like Googling. Oh no! And I can't grab it fast enough, and so she says it out loud, and then I grab it, and all these.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that's Siri.
I don't mean Siri don't get along. Like, I never talk to that bitch. Like, I really don't. We don't get
Siri
along.
totally caught me yelling at her one day. She goes, "Ooh, do you speak to your mother with that mouth?" Because I told her I was like, Siri, you're stop being a bitch or something. And I kind of mumbled it under my breath, and she told me.
My Siri is an Australian man.
Why? How'd you manage that?
Because there's options to change it so it's not a bitch. I'd rather talk to a dude anyway.
What is it? Siri, change your accent.
Yeah, I have an Australian dude. Mine's my Siri is Australian.
That's so funny.
My Siri calls me Lucia. Lucia switched it from me. But, yeah, so that happened like probably about a week ago. It happened last week, so I was like, oh, that's good.
Super fun.
All right, so let's just go through this list really quick so we don't
No.
For holidays. Okay, so lift others up. This is really easy. Just go through your feed and comment on people's posts when you see their pictures, their family pictures. Just give them a compliment. It's so easy. It takes 2 seconds, and it means a lot to people. It's much more important than a like. So just compliment people on their posts. Tell them you like their dress. You love their family photo. If you do it from an honest place, if you really don't like their dress, don't write you like their dress. If you don't think it's a good family photo, don't write beautiful family photo. Compliment them honestly. All that does is open up a line of communication and build a little bit of a relationship. It's very easy to lift people up and compliment. You don't even have to do this on Facebook. Do it out when you're at the store, when you see people. Just compliment them. Make people feel good. Fill your bucket, right? You guys all know that book from your kids? The bucket, to fill your bucket. Trust it makes you feel good. Invite. We talked about this on our other calls. Inviting doesn't mean always just inviting to your challenge groups. Invite people to your free group. Connect with people, and then, of course, invite them to your normal challenge groups. But invite doesn't mean only send out 3 invites to your challenge groups all the time. It really does mean getting out there and connecting with people. So I know for me right now, I'm not doing a ton of inviting to challenge groups, but I'm really trying hard to connect with 3 pregnant women every day. That's my big thing. And I'm running a free on-demand group for pregnant women. And it's, I'm just getting out there and trying to connect with these, a few women every single day and invite them to this group. So maybe it's not helping me with the sale right now, but it's my seeds planted. So there's different ways to invite. So remember that. Your daily posts, especially going, we talked about this, it's so easy, even us as coaches, to fall off, to start eating cake and to not work out on this. But remember, you're getting paid to do this. You're getting paid to work out. So just get up and work out for 30 minutes and post your sweaty pics. Do it every single day. And just do it. Be very consistent about it, because if you slack off, people aren't going to go running to you because they're not going to see you as the consistent person. They're going to go to the person who they're seeing all the time. Make sure you're being that product of the product. Like Trudy said, I don't know how many of you listened to that call with Danielle Katz. I know Trisha did, because we talked about it. It's excellent how she talks about being a product of one program, not going to the gym on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then sometimes doing Fix and sometimes doing Insanity. Just pick a program and show the results from day 1 to day 21 or day 60 or day 90. Be a product of the product. I feel like I shouldn't be talking about that, because here I am walking every other day, but I'm doing the maternity series, so I'm trying to be a product of the maternity series. Year-end goals. If you don't have year-end goals, take some time after this call tonight and jot down a couple of your year-end goals. You should have some year-end goals. They don't only have to be business related. Make them fitness related. Maybe make them family related. It's like Trisha's bucket list. Maybe your year-end goals are really your bucket list, but do yourself a favor and add a few business goals onto that. I want to sign 3 new coaches. I want to do this. I want to start 2 challenge groups. Have some year-end goals, and share them with our team so that we can hold you accountable for them. And on top of it all, stay positive. November and December are tricky months. People have other things on their mind. Remember that all of this work that you're putting in now is going to pay off in the first quarter of the new year. February is huge. So just remember that everything you're doing now is going to pay off. So stay positive. If you're not seeing, reaping the rewards right away, just because people aren't all commenting or jumping on your challenge posts now, or whatever you're posting about now, doesn't mean that you're not in their head and they're not going to be thinking about you come January 1st. And they're like, oh, I need a New Year's resolution. Talk about New Year's resolutions. Losing weight getting healthy, there's like the top ones, the top resolutions. So remember that. And just stay positive personally, because sometimes the holidays are a tricky time to stay positive sometimes, Everyone's family is a little bit of a mess somehow. Hard to stay positive sometimes. So just stay positive. Anyone else? Trisha? Trudy? I'm so glad Trudy got on. I feel like I haven't seen your face in so long. I missed you.
I'm so glad to be here. The Daniel Katz thing, that national wake-up call really hit home for me, because I've kind of been all over the map with my workouts. And she basically said that if you're not sticking with one program, then you're telling people that program is not enough. And I was like, oh, crap, because I was doing Asylum and Max 30, and I was running, and, and we are training for a half marathon, but that's not something that I need to be promoting. I mean, I can share that, but it's not something that my followers need to see every day, so I need to be sticking with one program, and I need to be consistent, and I need to show results from that program. So that really hit home.
That hit home for me too, because especially once On Demand came out, I was all over the map, like doing this, doing that. And I know for someone who it really hit home with too is Christy Watkins, because Christy likes to do her workout, but then she never feels like anything's enough, and she wants to throw in her Tabatas and her treadmill and this and that. So I know for her, she decided to go back and do PiYo, which is totally out of her realm, like, and because she's like, she needs to have her heart rate up, she needs to be sweating, she needs, she's a cardio girl.
Me too.
So she's like, all right, I'm going to do PiYo from start to finish, so that when people ask me, how did you get these results, I can honestly say PiYo, and I didn't have to do anything extra to get these results. And the other thing she mentioned in that call is, if you want to do On Demand, that's fine, but then stick with the challenge du jour that Beachbody promotes, and say, I got these results doing the On Demand, and I used this schedule. It's the schedule that Beachbody put out. They put it out that way for a reason. The trainers and the people creating these programs, they're creating them for a reason. They're not putting, you don't just get the disc and are like, okay, do these workouts in any order you feel like. They're like that for a reason. There's a reason behind it. So you gotta, like Katie said, with coaching, you gotta trust the process. So, yeah, that's a good call. Daniel Katz, if you haven't listened to her wake-up call, the great thing about wake-up calls, too, is they're on podcast. You can, unless you know someone being called out, you can fast forward past all that stuff, and usually they're 20 minutes. So pop your earbuds in and go for a walk, or clean your kitchen, or make dinner.
Yeah, if I could just piggyback up on that really quick with what Trudy and Dana said. The bottom line for our business is a health and fitness company. Let's be real, we get so caught up in everything else, and myself included. Okay, we're going to do this, holiday bucket list. We're going to talk about ourselves, but the bottom line is we are promoting a health and fitness way of life. And we partnered up with Beachbody products because we believe in what they have done for us. We might be a motivator, out there sharing our stories, but we believe in what products that were given to us that we share with everyone. And I loved that wake-up call that Trudy spoke about, because just remember what your challenger or your customer is going through. They might be a total newbie. They have no idea how to begin, how to end, and how to be a middle challenger. Just remember, these programs are designed from start to finish for success if they do them. That doesn't mean that you have to, do them exactly with them, but I'm a runner also, and, I love the programs. Just be consistent to something, you know when you start a challenge group and you're actually doing the program with your challenger, you know that it works that much better. You know when you're actually doing the fix with your challengers that you can't wait to post a picture or share your containers or your success. But when you're running a group and you're doing every odds and ends, it doesn't seem natural. It doesn't seem right. It just seems like you're there as just overseeing the group. When you're doing it with them, it's so real, it's authentic, it's you know you're doing it. With them, they feel it, you feel it. I think that call, she hit it exactly. We have to go back to the basics of a health and fitness company. And you know, the company doesn't define us. I spoke of this last week, but it's what we want to share with others. So, you know, go back to that and remember what your challengers are going through. They're confused, they're scared, they're nervous, they don't know how they're going to succeed. Remember who you were when you first started a program and how you're here. If you were a challenger gone coach, use that. You know, I was in a challenge group. I know how you feel. Feel, felt, found. Use it. So, yeah.
Lindsay on Monday, well, I guess she had talked about Disney customer service and how everyone goes to Disney or wants to go to Disney because of the way they present themselves, because of the customer service they give people, because of the memories that people take from there. So she challenged us to give our challengers Disney customer service. So what would you want as a challenger? Take a step back and think about, how are you going to help these people succeed? What can you do to make sure that they're on track? You know, check in with them. Let them know that you're thinking of them and you care. Don't just leave them on the wayside.
Yeah, she talks about how, you know, your people are willing to drop a large sum of money. I'm down here, Lauren. A large sum of money at Disney because of the customer service they get. So if you're offering that experience to your coaches, then they won't think that dropping $140 or $180 is so crazy, because they're getting an amazing experience.
I used to work for Trader Joe's. I quit a year ago, and they went through this Disney thing, and they called it waving at the train. Because at Disney, whenever you go by, you know, the train goes past the, you know, the characters, they all have to wave at the train. And so that's, I don't know if that resonates with anybody, but that's like, how can you kind of wave at your customers? Like, hey guys, how you doing? I'm here for you.
No, I think you're right. You need to relate to your challengers, your customers, as you would want to be treated. And Disney does it spot on. So
yeah,
just be real. Just be real. You know, just remember that this is real life. No one is perfect. Take your challengers, each one individually, and what they're going through, and relate to them. You have to relate to the time of year. It's a wonderful time of year of holidays and traditions and food and family and festivities, and just work with that. Every group should be catered towards your people and with the time of year. And it's not bikini season, it's holiday season and family and eating and happy times and shopping and stress, and relate to them.
Right.
Just remember that.
Challenges around that. Yeah. So, you know, real quick before we hop off, it's the same thing. It's you know, you think what can happen in these next 6 weeks, 8 weeks, but it's the same thing with fitness. What happens to people's bodies in 21 days or in 60 days of our programs? Amazing things can happen. So either you can show up consistently and you can see what happens to your business, or you cannot, and you can watch other people go past you and succeed. And it's the same thing with fitness. You can show up every day and you can do your workouts and you can see where you are in 3 weeks or in 60 days. And, or you can watch other people do it and feel bad about the way you feel at the end. So choice is yours. Your business, own it, and go forward with it in the best way possible. That's it. Oh, I'm sorry. I got one cranky kid awake now.
Michelle and I were talking today, and, you know, she's going to Ireland, and she already has everything planned out. She knows she can have 2 rounds. She can do 2 rounds of the 21-day fix before she goes. She knows she has to bust her butt in her business before she goes. So, so know what you're going to be doing at the end of this month, or you traveling. So these next 3 weeks, you're going to have to bust your tushy to make it happen before you leave, before you travel. And same goes for December. If you're leaving for Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate, make sure that that you're busting your tail to get to your goals. Know your goals and reach for them. But yeah, and enjoy the holiday. But don't forget about us.
Right? I love that Trudy said tushy.
That's what I used to. I say tush.
She's such a classy woman. But I have a question for Michelle. Some of my team wants to know how you pronounce your daughter's name.
We pronounce it Saoirse, but in some parts of Ireland they say Saoirse. So not to confuse everyone, but we say, like, Mark kind of says like Saoirse when he says it, but when he says it fast, it sounds like Saoirse. So that's just what I told everybody.
Okay.
So that's what it is.
If you ever want to let him say it for us, that's fine.
Oh, sure. He doesn't mind. You know how he is. He'll jump on and like talk forever, and we'll not get anything done.
That's fine too.
Say your son's name then, because I was pronouncing your daughter's name completely wrong. I'm probably saying his name wrong.
Were you saying like seahorsey?
No, I had to Google it. I actually Googled it.
Rise or say you Googled it?
I Googled it. I only know the other side of the names. But I didn't know. I Googled it. But if he ever wants to come and give us a lesson on how to say names, that's...
Oh, sure. He'll give you a lesson.
Yes. That's fine.
He loves to talk.
Say your son's name.
Lorcan.
See, that I figured. Lorcan.
Yeah.
But I didn't know...
Yeah, that one's the way that it looks. Or the.
I'd rather him tell us how it's.
Oh, he'll do it for you.
That's fine. Be Irish.
Yeah.
And your cousin there has a really Irish last name. Where'd she get that? She married into that? Where'd she go? She left.